Hello, I'm Dr. Dennis McKenna. Today I'm joined by Mr. Matt Markham. Matt, great to have you here.
Hi, Dr. McKenna. Thank you.
Matt, of course, is our VP for Marketing and Communications. You've been with us at least once that I can recall.
Yes, it's a good time to be here.
It's great to have you back.
Thank
Today
you.
is Thursday, November 10th, giving you the update from Albany Med. Now, I think the last video we had Dr. Page and Megan Wygant doing this, and they did a wonderful job.
They really did. Megan, I think, she's great for us, but she could have a career in front of the camera if she wanted it.
Absolutely. All right. Matt, let's jump in. Every month I send a letter to the workforce, and this month we were focusing on what we call our financial mitigation plan. We talked about the healthcare ecosystem, and we talked about 7 or 8 different projects we're all working on that come together to make sure that we can care for as many patients safely as possible on this campus. 2 areas in particular that I would like to focus on today is staffing as well as the recruitment piece. Now, of course, recruitment falls into the category of retain, recruit, and retain. And, I just want to say we've seen some very promising numbers lately in the area of recruitment.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot more members of the workforce join us here at Albany Med, and actually we know from some of our conversations with the local media that there are a lot more students going into the nursing field right now, including at some of our local educational partners. So things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, everybody's working on this. Obviously, Human Resources is on the lead. Sandy Costilla and her team give us updates on the numbers. And when measured objectively, when you look at the total number of people that come in any month and the total number that retire or move to other states, the numbers are more positive coming in than going out. And that's now been going on for several reporting periods in a row. And I'm very encouraged by that because obviously the more staff we have, the more beds we can open up, the more patients we can care for in our community. I was doing some rounding today and I was on a unit and I bumped into a nursing student up on C6, and she was just graduating in December and she's excited to join our staff. I see a lot of that.
And we definitely see a lot more people coming in and out of the hospital, too. We understand that our census is above 700 for the first time in almost 2 years. OR utilization is up as well, so everybody's working very hard, and the difference in the community means we're investing in the health of our community, too.
Absolutely, and we've heard from our affiliate hospitals in the system as well as others that rely upon Albany Med to care for the sickest people in the region. They notice that we're able to care for those patients, again, the way we had in the past. And there's still a lot of work to do. I want to emphasize that. We're still working on that every day, but I'm very encouraged by all the work everyone's doing. And I know you are as well.
Absolutely, and a lot of our colleagues talk about it in various venues like Schwartz Rounds, which also took place this week.
So let's talk about Schwartz Rounds. Schwartz Rounds occurs every month. There's a very talented group of people who put that together. It's considered to be a safe space for people to talk about what it's like to work in healthcare. There's a theme every month, and this month's theme I thought was really a good one.
Why I stay.
Why I stay. And that's obviously ties right into the idea of the retention strategy we're talking about. I've been at Schwartz Rounds many times, either in person and remote, and they do a wonderful job. And I think yesterday we heard some very compelling stories from people about why they stay here at Albany Med. So Matt, why do you stay? Why do you stay?
Well, first of all, I love my colleagues. We have a great department. We have great relationships with each other. We care about each other. We care about the work that we do. In my particular case, we get to tell each other's stories and represent the importance of the medical center in the community, which again, the health of the medical center, the health of our workforce translates very directly into the health of the community. And to us, it's a great honor.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about that myself. If someone said to me, Dennis, why do you stay? I don't think it would surprise anybody for me to say mission. I talk about our mission, our tripartite mission, clinical care, education, research, totally unique in the area, what we do here. And to me, it's so important to be able to help us advance that mission in the region. I absolutely love that part of my job.
We have a mission, vision, and values and purpose statement, but I think, and just some of the folks that we talk to, especially coming from television news, to be able to work for an organization that has a mission gives us purpose in the work that we do every day.
Because, it is tough work. I mean, if you talk to the people who work at the bedside or other parts in the hospital, there are many days here that are challenging, but challenging in a way that I think is also rewarding. And that's the part I think people stay around for. And staying around, we had our 25-year club celebration, about 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
And how many people did we have who were celebrating?
61. 61.
61 have hit the 25-year mark. I was fortunate to be in that group, so I now consider myself to be in, I think I called it the Cool Kids Club. 25 years. We had a nice celebration. In past years, we've done it in a much larger setting out on Wolf Road. I suspect we'll get back there again. Various reasons we haven't been able to do that the last couple of years, but we did still celebrate those individuals who hit that really important milestone.
Yeah, and we have some people here. There's a woman in our building, Flo. She's one of our housekeepers, and she's been here, I think, more than 50 years.
Yeah, we have a couple who've been here more than 50.
Yeah.
So it's pretty remarkable. It is fun. When you see people who have been here that long, you know, they'll tell you stories about how things used to be and how much has changed. And then you say, well, what's the same? And they go back to the idea of, you know, the mission. It's still the same mission we had. We use different technology. We have obviously a much larger workforce. Our physical footprint is so much bigger than it used to be. But what we do and why we get out of bed every day, it's the same. So pretty remarkable. So if you're part of that 25-year club, congratulations. How many years are you?
5. So give me another 20, and hopefully I'll be there. Just
Okay.
keep me around.
No question. You absolutely have my guarantee on that. Tomorrow is the last day that people can nominate a very special individual. So what is that?
That's the Employee of the Year. Of course, it's one of the most coveted honors that any employee could aspire to here at Albany Medical Center. Today is the last day to submit your nominations, so if you got some time just before you head home, try to fill out that form. It's on the intranet homepage right now. Last year, Erin Macbeth, who's an NP, was honored in our ERAS program, Enhanced Recovery After Surgery. Donnie Tessitore before that.
Donnie, nurse practitioner.
Both people who are universally loved by their colleagues, and even people in the community know them very well too.
Yeah, both of them spectacular. I know that each one of them, I remember, had over 100 people nominating them, so it was fantastic. So I agree, let's get those nominations in. When do you think we'll find out who that individual is?
So the December Center Combined Leadership Meeting is when we make the announcement, and there's a lot of tension, a lot of anticipation behind it, but it's a great moment when you see everybody rise up on their feet to celebrate one of our colleagues.
Right. I think sometimes, well, often, the individual who is announced, it's a surprise to them, and their family is often out in the wings, and so they get called in. It's special. Okay, another deadline tomorrow is open enrollment, and this is obviously part of our annual process for our benefits, and that's also available online. I guess if you're listening to this and you haven't completed that and you have any challenges or questions about that, talk to your manager. Let's get that done. But there's a new offering this year, which I think recognizes the health system aspect.
Yeah, so there's an Albany Med Health System tier that basically means if you go to one of the clinics or hospitals within the Albany Med Health System, Columbia Memorial Health, Saratoga Hospital, Glens Falls Hospital, that is tier 1. So another way that our system is coming together, not just for the community, but for our own workforce, system workforce of 16,000.
So I think that's important for a couple reasons. First of all, we have employees who travel to our campus or one of our offsite locations. They may live down in Hudson. They may live up in Queensbury, and they may want to access hospitals in their community, which of course is appropriate, especially if it's one of the hospitals in the Albany Med Health System, which we know are spectacular, whether it be Columbia Memorial or Saratoga Hospital or Glens Falls Hospital, along with Albany Med. So we obviously encourage that, and I think that's a great offering for our workforce.
Absolutely.
Very good. All right, Matt, I've been reading the newspaper, I've been listening to the radio, I've been watching TV, and I have been seeing and hearing the Albany Med Health System brand out there, and I think it's spectacular. A lot of people have told me, hey, I like that. I like the fact that you're talking about the health system. Obviously, you and your team were the ones who were helping put that content together. Very well received.
Thank you very much, and the team has worked exceptionally hard on that right here in Albany and then in Saratoga, Hudson, and Glens Falls. There are a number of television ads out there right now. There's one that shows the totality of the system and how we have been with our communities for major milestones that they've gone through and the personal moments in your lives that healthcare touches, very big things, births, graduation of our medical school, research that makes your life better. All those things have led us to the catchphrase, with you for everything.
With you for everything.
Because we are part of so many parts of people's lives. So you'll see some of our ads on TV and on the radio. There's one out there that is a particular favorite in our department that shows historical images throughout the system over the years too.
That resonates with me, whether I see it in a picture form or in a video. All 4 hospitals in the health system and the visiting nurses all were formed in their communities back in the 1800s. Yeah. Each one has been delivering services for over 120 years, in some cases over 150 years. That's powerful.
Absolutely. And one of the things, there are a couple of things that we're really hoping the campaign achieves. Number one is to educate folks on what the Albany Med Health System is and what the expectation is about our hospitals and clinics working together. The other piece of it is about recruitment, that when folks see this bright and vibrant system, they want to come and be a part of it too. And then the other piece is for folks like you and me who work here, who are proud to work here, and we hope that you feel a sense of pride when you see or hear the names of our hospitals and our system mentioned in the community.
I sure am, for
Me
sure.
too. Me
Very
too.
good. Okay, I mentioned today was November 10th, which is the 247th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. So Semper Fi to anyone out there who's a Marine. But tomorrow is November 11th, and that, of course, is Veterans Day. And we were talking recently to Sandy Castilla. We actually have a significant number of people who are part of our workforce who are veterans. It's well over 100.
140.
140 who are veterans here, so we celebrate our veterans. Tomorrow, some of us also get together and we visit everybody in a hospital bed tomorrow who is designated as a veteran.
Absolutely.
And we deliver them a little small flag and a little token of our appreciation. It's one small gesture we do for our veterans. And I believe there's going to be a story on one of our veterans that's going to be out on the intranet tomorrow.
Yes, one of our nurses who's a member of our workforce, so we're going to be sharing her story as well. It's a great story, so check out the intranet tomorrow. And, you know, I've been fortunate enough to go with you and with our other volunteers. Many employees volunteer to go to the bedsides of our patients, and you get some really special reactions from folks when you walk in. It's really touching.
They often say the same thing. They'll say, well, that was unnecessary, you didn't have to do that, but you can tell that they appreciate it. And of course, we appreciate them. So thank you. Matt, it looks like you've done this before. You're kind of a natural.
Well, you know, I watch you. So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't miss a single one.
There you go. All right, that'll do it. We're going to roll into the weekend, and we certainly appreciate all of you who are here 24/7, you know, now more than ever doing everything. And Matt, I hope you have a great weekend as well.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And thanks to all our veterans, and have a great weekend.
Thank you. All right, we'll be back again in 2 weeks. We ask that you once again, please take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.